Okay. This is the download. This is the Road Titan. I'm about to let El Christo Negro take over. He taking over. He wants y'all to hear this through the intervention that he just made. Hit that podcast. Hit the put this.
Before I get started with this ritual, I have to give credence to the utmost, unbridled, undying respect to the primordial great mother, the primordial seed atom of chaos. Without her, without that energy embodiment to manifest, nothing is possible. Now I want you to all whenever you hear it, you don't have to be right now, but
pay attention.
I want you to close your eyes. I want you to remain still and quiet your conscious mind and your ego mind chatter the best you can. Now I want you to create within your imagination, however you do this, and going back to Sirius B. See that blazing, luminescent star, that white star surrounded by that blue hue. Feel the vibration, feel the radiance of being back home, of being somewhere where you're comfortable. Expand your awareness, expand your perception, and fill in the environment that you now find yourself in with whatever it is that you want to bring that's necessary for you to be able to take hold of this message that I'm telling you. Be as vivid and descriptive as possible in what you're creating with your mind. Now before you are endless file cabinets. Endless file cabinets. All encompassing, all around you. What these are your Akashic records. You can open up any of these file cabinets and there will be an incarnation that you had within material existence of a compilation of all your experiences, all your emotional energies that you put into that particular lifetime of experience. Now, pick one up, open it up, read it, absorb the information that you find within it.
Este podcast este potese putada. Este what capacity put Sapa.
Now, before you hear chatter, you hear people talking around the corner. As you walk around the corner, now you're transported somewhere else. Now you're within the center of the universe, which is a black hole. Surrounding this black hole is endless amounts of people surrounding this black hole. These endless amounts of people are your ancestors. These endless amounts of people are aspects of yourself. Have a seat. Pick a spot. Get comfortable. Now we all gather around here in this place. It's total darkness. We can't even see the person next to us, yet we feel their presence. This is the intervention. Maintain that image in your mind when you're listening to this video. Before we came down here, before we created this realm, this holographic universe, we had a plan. We had an agenda. Before we came into flesh, before we took on these melanated bodies, this advanced artificial intelligence that we need to, walk about within our own experiment. First and foremost, the agenda that we had before we split ourselves off The agenda was to experience our own experiment from within it, as well as being the one that's dictating it outside of it. And we all had opportunities to choose whatever guise that we want to put ourselves in, whether we're man, female, black, white, whatever that was needed for us to carry out the mission that we all had as the foundation. And that mission was alchemical transformation. Anything else that we end up developing or end up doing on top of that was just cherry on top, as far as the experiment, as far as compiling the necessary experiences within flesh to take back home when our experiment was done. Now I bring that up because we created certain things down here to speed up the process of our alchemical transformation in specific key points in time, so to speak.
It's just chakra work and shadow work for me right now, at this present moment in time.
And one of those creations, one of those external manifestations of a collective thought form that we had is what you come to know as white people, the people that you love to hate. What I want you to understand is that, dude, all the things that you claim they've done to us, all the things, trauma, slavery, beatings, killings, the indoctrination of education, everything, the whole thing, everything you tell me that they've done to us so much and it's holding you back so bad, where it's keeping you from prospering, moving forward, as somehow they're a stumbling block. All of those things, right? All of those things are necessary components for your alchemical transformation. And I know you don't like to hear that. I know your conscious mind, your ego doesn't like to hear that. Because your ego, your conscious mind, needs somebody to blame externally for your mishappenings. It needs to keep you in perpetual victimhood. It needs to keep you blaming all your fucked up shit on someone else.
Real quick. This nigga set up all kinds
and
of
you call this person your equal, your adversary, somebody who's done some wrong to you. All that anger, all that emotion that you pent up, all that aggression that you pent up, is not just your own. All that emotion that you get pent up and that you're not doing anything about is not only what's keeping you held back, it's not only what's keeping you from evolving, from growing, from maybe understanding the word that I'm saying within this video. All them things are not only keeping you from holding you back, but they're also keeping your ancestors from evolving. It's keeping them trapped. It's keeping them chained in Tartarus. Your body is Tartarus. Your ancestors are the Titans. And you keeping them in bondage by holding on to past grudges, to blaming some white motherfucker for what they did when we created this being to do exactly what it is that they're doing. And all that they're doing is speeding up the process for our alchemical transformation. Now that takes a sense of awareness that's necessary for you to expand your perception a bit, to think outside the box, to think outside the flesh, and get back home to your godhood, your divinity, when you the God who created your universe. So how the fuck could you be a victim within your own creation? How can that be? How can you be a god or goddess that a lot of you motherfuckers claim to be? You talk it. Yet at the same time, you blaming some other motherfucker for holding you back, from keeping you from drinking good water, from keeping you from, you know what I'm saying, a proper education, proper housing. How the fuck can you be a victim within your own experiment when you set this shit up outside of space and time before you came in the matter? Make sense to me with that shit. It doesn't make any sense. Does it? I didn't think so. So this shit is not only bigger than your individual self. You gotta understand something. You're a walking motherfucking multiverse. And you got entities that's inside of you that's connected to you through the melanin, that your ancestors, that you lived out sequential incarnations through, that are trying to evolve. They're trying to grow. They're trying to transmutate. And you niggas, Pharaoh and Sadie, you motherfucker that's holding on to these grudges, holding on to this monkey that's on our back. is a motherfucker that's keeping not only you from growing, you from evolving, you from transcending, you know what I'm saying, spiritually, but it's keeping your ancestors from evolving. It's keeping the Titans chained to Tartarus.
Man, I
Now I
just
understand a
realized this
lot of you
nigga
niggas who
fucking
speak this
hairline
shit
back
and
like a
sell products
motherfucker.
and
Shit.
promote that victimhood will be out of
Yeah, I looked
motherfucking
up.
business if you were to understand the alchemical components in
Yo, what
creating
y'all think? He
this
fly enough
form
though.
of
Look at he got the
you
chain
know what I'm
on
saying,
and
this white
everything. This
man, so
nigga
to
ain't
speak.
bullshit.
You'll be out of motherfucking
Okay.
business
Yeah, Christo Negro. Okay.
because that's the trauma.
Este
That's the
patas.
shadow
Este
work.
pacas
And
en
any of
puto.
you
Putos.
motherfuckers who feel some type of way about
Putis puto.
what they're doing,
Puto
you
cosa ta
created,
patite putos.
right? You gotta understand something. You literally created this entity. They don't even motherfucking exist outside of space and time. They do not motherfucking exist. They don't. You created this thing for the sole purpose in doing exactly what it is that you telling me you complaining about. Trauma, putting pressure on you, holding you back. You know what they're doing? Do you know what you are? I'll tell you what the fuck you are. You're chaos personified. All they're doing is condensing the chaos, which what it does is it creates unlimited potential and reservoirs of energy for your chaos, your melanin molecule, your creativity within your essence. It motherfucking expedites and creates new ways and new creative measures to come about or to create for your alchemical transformation. We've never done this before. Slavery. The point in the fact that we're an amalgamation. We're a motherfucking hybrid species, so-called African American, in a melting pot of America for the sole purpose of evolving, for transmutating. That's what all of this shit is. So if you want to look at it, America now is like Egypt was in the past. And I can be Osiris, the resurrected, you know what I'm saying, Lord of the Dead, El Christo Negro. You see what I'm saying? And you got it in the movie Captain America or Endgame where Captain America gave motherfucking Falcon the motherfucking shield. That was all metaphoric ways of letting you know that they're handing the reins over to you. And it's up to you to catch the jewel and be able to take what's necessary within the neurocinematics and use that for your own benefit. Sorcery, alchemically, whatever way is necessary for you to get it. I want to go back to the ancestors.
This the part.
They trying to speak to you. They all around you. They're all within you. But many people, what I've come to understand is that they shut down this communication because they don't even know that this even exists. Where their ego, their humanity, let's just say that, their humanity and all the shit that comes with being human, all the limitations, all the restrictions, all the self-doubt, the meekness, the weakness, all of those things,
El
all
Crow,
all
El
those
Crow,
components, that energy,
El Christo
that
Negro.
dense ass thought form of what a human
Feeling what it
represents,
feels like to
is
be
what's shutting down the fucking
the
melanin.
waters of
That's what's
knowing.
shutting down the creative potential of the chaos melanin molecule that we all have and that we're all operating and generating this reality through. You see what I'm saying? But it's shutting
This is
down
me,
the
I looked
spiritual
up.
communication from your own ancestors. And I don't say ancestors like these some holy motherfuckers in the heavens. I mean niggas that died, that passed on. They no more special than you. You see what I'm saying? They just outside of space and time, trying to communicate with you, trying to get you to motherfucking do the necessary alchemically, you know what I'm saying, mental transmutation of your thought process, of your perception, to get the motherfucking alchemical process
Okay, that
moving
was
forward
basic.
to
That's just me
evolve.
and the other
A
test
lot of
speaking
you
for El
niggas is in
Christo
arrested
Negro, going
development. A
through
lot of y'all
the
niggas is
serpentine like
stagnant
structures set
water,
up throughout the
not moving,
hyperverse as
and
like the
chaos
snake, the
always
Naga,
moving.
the
So if
great
you ain't
mother,
evolving, you devolving.
Kundalini
So a
serpent
lot of you
behind
niggas is
everything
dead
that
weight, and
lives
with this
this
motherfucking ritual, I'm
lifetimes long,
killing you niggas metaphysically.
all incarnations
So a
of
lot of you motherfuckers gonna go up on the astral plane. Your motherfucking essence is gonna dissipate because you have no leg to stand on anymore. Because you coming up on the astral plane with your human bullshit, with your blaming this white motherfucker for
this
something, for
Kundalini is
blaming
also
Donald
my
Trump for
piece of
something,
this
for blaming a white
business
motherfucker for putting you
Kundalini.
in slavery when that
Oh
motherfucking slavery
shit.
was a necessary component to speed up your alchemical
Okay, it's
motherfucking
El Christo
transmutation.
Negro
That's
taking
why
back
you here
over.
right
Okay.
now. That's why you get a LeBron
That's why
James.
he coming
That's why you
through.
got a Bo Jackson. That's
That's
why you
why
got
he's
a
coming
Michael
through the
Jordan.
decision on this
That's why you got
video.
a motherfucker Usain Bolt and all these other motherfuckers with all this
Listen,
athletic ability and shit, all this melanin, all this motherfucking DNA that's activated doing new and creative shit. None of that shit would have happened if it wasn't for the fact that we created this white motherfucker to do what he needed to do and help us speed up our alchemical transformation. Why? Why the fuck would we come down here and create a fucking experiment to evolve, to grow? You know why the fuck we did that? Because we perfect outside of this motherfucker. And perfection is stagnation. It's still. There's no growth. Ain't shit but death. Ain't nothing positive can come from being perfect. So we had to create a component, something else. We had to create something new for us to experience, for us to grow and understand within our motherfucking self, for us to evolve, for us to become something else, for us to become more than a god, a motherfucking titan, something else. You see what I'm saying? So you want to look at this shit outside of space and time, you look at this shit as like, okay, we motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, Prince Hakeem and Zamunda, so to speak. But there ain't no growth. That nigga had to come to America. He had to, you know what I'm saying, shed all his motherfucking, all his riches and trappings and shit. He had to build himself back up by falling down, so to speak. Shout out to Panic for breaking that shit down metaphysically on what that really represented. He did a masterful job with that shit on some old lectures years ago, but peep the science because it's true. Now, your ancestors are trying to communicate with you. How many of you niggas is really trying to do ancestral magic and really being able to interface with your own motherfucking trauma, with your own shadow work? That's the necessary component first and foremost in being able to transcend that shit within yourself, within your personal life right now, this life you got right now. You see what I'm saying? To be able to go to the next stage and tackle the monster that's waiting for your ass within you. And that's the collective, unified consciousness of our ancestors and all the shit, all the baggage that they died with. All the baggage that they died with. We have to, it's our fucking responsibility, or at least mine and how I work with this shit, to transmutate that energy and use that energy to speed up the alchemical process and transformation. But not just me, all the motherfucking ancestors that we connected with. And that's everybody that's connected with the melon. That's a job. And I love it. Because I'm the motherfucker that's built for this shit. I built myself up, I raised myself up, self-deified myself, self-actualized, self-illumination, and being able to interface with that part of myself that is so dense, it's so dark, and so primal. Because that's the necessary thing, that's a necessary environment, that's a necessary energy for us, for me, to be a sorcerer and transmutate that motherfucking energy by embracing the trauma, embracing the pain, embracing the motherfucking fear and anguish that we die with because of this motherfucking creature that we created as this white person that you're talking about. We created them. We created a tool for our alchemical transformation. They are an appliance to us. You should be indifferent to them. But before you become the self-realization of being indifferent, because they're your children, they're your creation. You need to fucking forgive them for what they did. You gotta understand something. They don't even have a mind to themselves. What they working with, when they're talking about what is consciousness, you know what consciousness is? Our consciousness. That's filtering through their motherfucking brain, that's giving them the electrical synapses and electrical chemical motherfucking sensations of interfacing with the physical world. It's coming from us outside of space and time. Universe B. That's where it's coming from. So we're filtering their consciousness. They have no consciousness to themselves. They don't. Their consciousness they working with is what you programmed them to work with. You programmed them. This entire creation is programmed. You the programmer. You programmed the genetics. You took the ACO2 gene, you split that shit, you created blue eyes, you created something that was a temporary tool for an alchemical transformation because they wasn't built to last because they don't have the necessary melanin to be able to survive on a planet that's the third motherfucking planet from the sun with all the radiation and all the environmental disaster shit that's happening to their genetics right now as I speak this shit. Cancer, melanoma, you know what I'm saying? Being around niggas and getting fucking nightmares and all forms of self-destructive behavior, opioid addiction, all those are things that we set up within an environment to basically rid them of their job. We don't need them no more to do what they did. So we weeding them out, so to speak, because we wrote this reality. We wrote this reality before we came into flesh, before we fell down, before we picked on these bodies, before we took, you know what I'm saying, before we even took our first motherfucking breath in matter. None of this shit is fucking real. This is a simulation or a holographic projection, a dream, a motherfucking dream. This is a dream, but it was a necessary dream. So you gotta understand something. You came here to experience this shit, whether you know it or not. And there's nobody to blame for nothing. There's no blame in this. There's only understanding. There's only exercising the muscle that is your perception and being able to see things from a macroscopic perspective as well as a microscopic perspective, and understand how to navigate through your own creation, through your own motherfucking creation. Now I say that, and I know you think that and you feel that within yourself, but are you experiencing that shit? Are you really, 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 really doing the necessary work that I'm so motherfucking excited about and got self-confirmation on my own experiences? Are you doing the necessary things for you to transmutate alchemically, for you to transcend your godhood? Are you? I know some niggas are, but I see them when I ask them. We pop at it, nigga. Outside of this fucking body you see I'm in, nigga, I could be any goddamn thing. I might fucking show up with these niggas as the blob. One of them niggas is xenomorph. We getting it popping, nigga. We about to go fuck Los and T some mama wet there, some shit, whatever, gangbanging style, whatever, some shit like that. Fuel with our imagination and our creativity. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Cause there's all kind of parties and shit outside of this shit, but it ain't all fluffy. It ain't all sweet either. This ain't the video for that. This is not the ritual for that. All of the things necessary for me to be able to speak this shit due to the so many motherfucking rituals that I've done with El Christo Negro, the Apollos, Sirius B, Universe B, connecting with the Necronomicon, unlocking the Goetia, embodying Lucifer, embodying Set Type, and all of those necessary components was necessary for me to be here right now speaking this shit that I'm speaking about. Because it's time for a lot of you niggas to either motherfucking get up, you know what I'm saying, get down with this shit or lay down. Nigga, what hand you roll up with, nigga? I'm single from state prop to you, a lot of you motherfuckers. Because a lot of you niggas is fronting. A lot of you niggas is not real with this shit. A lot of you niggas don't even exist outside of this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck how much money niggas make. That shit don't even mean shit, nigga. It's an internal motherfucking it's an internal technology. It's an internal spiritual essence that's outside of this motherfucker that's gonna be the one that goes on when your motherfucking stinking ass body drop, nigga. That melanated body that you love and adore and this shit don't mean nothing. Just like this goddamn car don't mean shit when I get out of it, nigga. Still, it don't mean shit. Nothing that goes on within matter means shit but your motherfucking alchemical transformation. Everything else is cherry on top. But also it's a motherfucking distraction that takes away your memory when you fall in love with this shit. You falling in love with your own God. It's like you going to work and you falling in love with work. You don't want to come home. Nigga, you on the clock, nigga, punch the fuck out. Nigga, go back home. Go back to Sirius B or Universe B, nigga. Why you still on the clock, nigga? Got forward and shit, nigga. It's time for you to go. Use that as an analogy. You gotta communicate with your ancestors. You can't be no bitch. You can't be scared when you're doing this shit, nigga. These spirits is all the motherfucking around. They within you. They within your mind. They ready for you to interface with them. They're ready for you. You have to do this work. You got to do this shit. I did it for myself. Why the fuck you think I'm evolving so fast? Why you think I'm able to do all kind of different wondrous type of shit? It's because of the work I'm putting in. And it ain't even work to me. This shit is, I love this shit. I was made for this shit. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't special, nigga. You can do this shit too. You gonna have to do it eventually. Listen. Either you do the motherfucking work, either you cultivating, either you growing or evolving, or your own motherfucking ancestors gonna turn against your ass and they gonna cannibalize your ass, nigga. That's what's gonna happen eventually. Because this shit is a wrap, man. This shit is over with, okay? It's time to go. It's time to grow. It's time to really end this goddamn experiment because We have evidence of that. The white race is dying the fuck off. Our motherfucking tool for our alchemical transformation is dying off. Why? Because we don't need them no more. They are of no use anymore to us, and they know that. Not only is they dying off, this goddamn universe of light is dying off. Matter itself is being eradicated through the motherfuckers like me who represent entropy, who represent eating away at this creation of light. Because this creation of light, this holographic universe, this is not real to us. This is a dream. Nigga, Azathoth woke up, nigga. I'm woke the fuck up. Are you woke, nigga? Or are you still blaming this white motherfucker for all your mishappenings, nigga? Come on, man. A lot of you niggas should be out of fucking business. Any motherfucker that's funding or feeding that fear-mongering ass shit is food to me. And nigga, like Ouroboros, nigga, I eat my own tail, nigga. I just gonna swallow you the fuck up. Cause you don't even exist outside of here, nigga. A Seti, a Pharaoh don't exist outside of this shit, nigga. Cause they ain't nowhere. We ain't never seen these niggas. They ain't nowhere. They just as empty of these white motherfuckers that we talking about. Empty. Nothing there. The only thing they are is pure motherfucking ego. Pure consciousness. They claim they conscious niggas. Yeah, they are. Conscious mind niggas. Nigga, I'm a super conscious mind nigga. I'm under the underbelly of this shit. That dark black goo type of shit. A fucking alien, for a lack of a better term. These niggas is ordinary, nigga. I'm extraordinary. These niggas is natural. I'm preternatural. These niggas is normal. I'm paranormal. Whatever, nigga. I'm a necronama nigga. That's what the fuck I am, nigga. So to a lot of these motherfuckers, I'm sacred. But fuck all that. Go back to the ancestors. Understand the responsibility that you hold, not for just your own personal shadow work, your own heart chakra work, but the motherfucking ancestors that you got that's dependent on you. I need you to understand how much they dependent on you to do this shit, because they trapped within you, nigga. They trapped in prison, and you keep them in bondage with your motherfucking thoughts and blaming these motherfuckers. It ain't just you blaming them. It's your ancestors that's working through you, that's living through you, that's fucking blaming them too, because you doing it. They following you, nigga. You the sun, and they the motherfucking the asteroid, the comets, the planets that motherfucking going through this shit. But nigga, you ain't moving, nigga. You stagnant, nigga. So them niggas is just sitting here like, nigga, what the fuck, man? Nigga, move. You on a goddamn freeway, nigga, going 90, and you just stop in the middle of the freeway, nigga. You ain't even moving. You just sitting there. Your family like, nigga, what the fuck you doing? But you driving. You just sitting there talking about, oh, fuck this white motherfucker, man. This white ass crack ass beef. Nigga, nigga, do you have any idea the fucking quanta, the emotional energy you feed in this motherfucker? You creating a goddamn monster. You creating a god outside of you, nigga. And that God rule over you because you can't take his dick out your mouth for 2 minutes because you blaming him for something. You blaming this white motherfucker for something. Instead of motherfucker congratulating this motherfucker for doing a damn good job and bringing about the alchemical transformation of the nigga you looking at in this goddamn video. Hotel. That's why the fuck I'm here, nigga. To do this exact thing. And these niggas came to me. Because I talk this shit. El Christo Negro, I represent him. I embody him. And all them motherfucking followers showed up, nigga. Like, hold up, nigga. All in my face, nigga. It grills you, nigga. Hold on. Let's see if you really about this shit, nigga. What are you gonna do with this energy? Are you gonna be responsible for what comes with representing this archetype?
Yes.
Immediately, like I told you before with my last couple of videos, the color green means a lot to me.
Boy, they're bright.
And I had to hold on to all thoughts pertaining to the color green. The frequency of the color green, the sound. I had to hold on to it because that's what I created that was necessary for me to prove to myself and clearing my heart chakra, because it's a gateway, right? It's a motherfucking gateway to the deeper recesses of not only your subconscious mind, but your entire hyperversal motherfucking reality. You're a motherfucking hyperversal being. You're not just one person, nigga. You a trillion motherfucking different things. Look around you. Every goddamn speckle of motherfucking dirt on the ground, every leaf, every blade of grass you hear me talk about, every pebble is an expression of you that's all around you trying to that's a reminder of who and what you are at all motherfucking times.
Okay, this is the ritual I needed.
With the perception of limitation.
By looking at my own external self in this video,
this reality that
watching
you
it,
think
getting the
download
that he programmed within the video, and it's a feedback
as
loop.
a man
The Ouroboros is a thing. So listen to what he's saying.
Down your psychic faculties.
Okay.
It shut down your spiritual communication with your ancestors. It shuts down
Wow.
all your melanin, which, you know what I'm saying, produces fear, cortisol in your brain. And get your neurons and your neurochemistry within your brain to fire off on ways that's going to keep you a motherfucking slave. That's going to keep you in bondage to your conscious mind, you conscious bitch ass nigga.
You got the time.
Damn right you conscious.
Yeah, damn sure not subconscious. This is like...
You fell in love with this melanin, nigga. You fell in love with this goddamn body suit. With this spaceship.
That's walking infinity gauntlet.
Outside of this shit, none of this human shit matter. It don't even motherfucking exist. But when it does exist, but when you come up there, when you go in here,
that's right,
with that human shit,
don't do it.
You are food, my nigga. Pharaoh, nigga, you are food to me, nigga. I say you are like a pack of fucking 3 carts of smoke, nigga. How you fucking butt fuck all kind of monsters ass entities, nigga.
It's a gross scene.
Steady same with you, nigga. Y'all niggas is conscious. Y'all niggas ain't really.
Is that necessary?
Y'all niggas about to go out of fucking business with shit I'm doing, nigga. Because y'all niggas
have that level of debauchery
you
involved.
are, nigga, not only are you keeping niggas in bond, you keeping the ancestors in bond. Nigga, the same motherfucker you talk about, you champion, you claim that you friend. Because you don't understand either